Next to a farmer and a pub landlord in a Lincolnshire village who say they're at risk of going out of business because of repeated flooding.
The land around Short Ferry near Lincoln has flooded 3 times since October, costing farmers thousands of pounds in lost revenue, while the local pub has seen a drastic fall in its number of customers.
They're now calling on the Environment Agency to compensate them to use the land as flood storage rather than have to take the hit themselves. Amelia Beckett reports.
The name Short Ferry dates back to when the only way to cross the river here was by boat. Now locals joke it's time to bring the ferry back. This is the 3rd time since October water has swamped these fields, turning this farm once again into an island.
Crops ruined, livelihood ruined, it's seriously stressful. How am I meant to support my family, make a living with a farm looking like this?
Flooding here has become so frequent, Henry says he's now struggling to stay afloat. But his calls for compensation, he says, seem to be falling on deaf ears.
Let's work together, let's do something proactive and positive. Let's use this farm to store water on, to protect people's houses, because I don't want to see people's houses flooding, and farmland should be flooded over and above people's houses. But we can't do it for free. We need a proper arrangement in place, and at the minute, I feel like the Environment Agency are just lifting my leg.
There are now around 2,000 acres here fully submerged underwater, but just take a look over this bank. The field over there is supposed to be a flood storage area, but while the farmland's underwater, that's completely dry.
An added frustration for pub landlord Rob, who says since the road closure, it's not worth him opening on Mondays and Tuesdays.
My family have been in the pub trade since 1955. I don't think my dad and my granddad before me, I don't know how they would have relaxed to it. So I was the first one to have to lock the doors with lockdown, and that was bad enough. And now it feels like we've got our own little lockdown every winter now. And this part of the county just feels like it's been abandoned.
The Environment Agency told us there has been no active decision to flood farmland to protect property, and we are working with landowners to drain areas that have been flooded. Given the current water levels on the lower Witham, we do not believe that using the reservoirs early would stop flooding of farmland in this catchment. But both Rob and Henry say there's far more to be done here to stop their corner of Lincolnshire from completely going under. Amelia Beckett, ITV News, Short Ferry.